Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Aslek, a medical student at GMC Mancheri. Today we'll be talking about how to reduce your screen time. Now before going to the practical aspects, I will be explaining 3 important parameters which you need to understand. So without further delay, let's get started. The first parameter that you need to understand is screen time. Most of us consider screen time as a measure of a phone addiction. No, you're wrong. There are much more important parameters than this. Now, screen time is the total amount of time that is spent in your phone. Now, especially in this online era, we have online classes, Google Meet, Zoom, whatever. Now, all these online classes, and maybe you're studying from your phone, like PG preparation apps or educational apps. Maybe you're reading notes, maybe you're watching a lecture on YouTube. So, all these are added into your screen time. So, the total amount of time that you spend on your phone is your screen time. And it doesn't have to be bad all the time. So total screen time is not something to be worried about. Worry about the screen time you spend in apps which doesn't add any value in your life. Coming to parameter number 2, that is opening count. This is one of the parameters that's so alarming and dangerous. Now the opening count means how many times you open an app. Now in screen time, I already told you that there are certain apps which we need to cut down, like apps that doesn't add any value to us, may it be Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, whatever. Now opening count means that how many times you open that app a day. If you open WhatsApp 100 times a day, that's not a good thing, right? Maybe your entire screen time with Instagram is 30 minutes. Maybe you put a timer for 30 minutes for Instagram and you make sure that you only use Instagram for 30 minutes. But when you look into the data, you find that you're opening Instagram 100 times a day. That's alarming. So opening count is much more serious than screen time. Now let's come to the third parameter, which is closely related to opening count. That is session length. Again, we take the example of Instagram. You put a timer for 30 minutes in Instagram and you open Instagram 100 times. How can you open Instagram for 70 and 100 times if you put a screen time for 30 minutes? That means you're opening Instagram very frequently with very short duration in each session. This is what we call as a session length. Session length is a dangerous parameter. Why? Research show that we are opening these apps for 1 to 2 minute long sessions. And these less than 1 minute, less than 2 minutes, or maybe less than 5 minute sessions are very dangerous because they're a marker of obsession. They are a sign that you're obsessed to look into Instagram and Facebook frequently. The urge to check for new messages or do I have any new comments? Now, all these are obsessions. So to do this, we take Instagram, like just open it, keep it there. Maybe 10 minutes later, we take it, 2 to 3 seconds, we keep it there. Now this is obsession, and that's where session length comes into play. So the 3 parameters, screen time, opening count, session length. The 2 and 3 are the more dangerous parameters. So what should we do with the knowledge of these parameters? You should increase your session length and decrease your opening count. I'll explain. For example, at 10 a.m. you open Instagram for 5 minutes. Then at 11 a.m. or 12 p.m. you open again. 5 minutes, you open again. Then at 1 p.m. or maybe 4 p.m. you do this. Now your session length have increased and you're opening it less frequently. You know what happens in the past? We open Instagram for just 5 seconds. It's like this much frequent sessions. We don't want it. So changing this to this. I hope you got the point. So before going into the practical aspects, I'll show you how I suffered and how I improved with the tips I'm about to say. So I'll show you the proof first, then I'll show you the tips. I already told you that screen time from all the apps is not dangerous. Certain apps which doesn't add any value in our life has to be controlled. For me, one of them was WhatsApp. And I'll show you my data, from the last of May and how I suffered with WhatsApp and how I improved with WhatsApp. What you're now seeing in the screen is my phone usage statistics, especially of WhatsApp. In May 26, I had 15 minutes of screen time, 291 openings, out of which 283 was less than 1 minute. Then May 27, I had 48 minutes of screen time, 137 openings, out of which 126 was less than 1 minute. When I came to know about these parameters, I checked my data and I saw this. Very depressing, and I wanted to change. Then I implemented a set of things which really improved my phone addiction. Again, I'll show you the proof. So after 4 days, results came in. From May 31, my screen time was 57 minutes. Mind you, again, I'm not really caring about the screen time. The opening count has reduced to 28. Think of it, my dear friends, from 291 to 28. That's improvement, right? Now let's continue. And as you can see that, less than 1 minute, 14 sessions only. Out of 28, only 14 was less than 1 minute. Let's not stop there. Let's move on to June first week. What happened in June first week? In June first week, that is at June 7, I had 2 hours of screen time with 83 openings and 50 less than 1 minute sessions. Even though I still have to improve a lot, I still consider this as an achievement. So how did I do this? Let's get to that 5 points which really changed my phone addiction. Point number 1, clean your phone. Delete all the apps from your phone which you don't use regularly or doesn't give you any benefit. Maintain a minimal home screen. You know, the home screen is the first thing that you see, and if you put a lot of apps in there, you'll end up clicking on them. So keep a minimalist home screen and delete all the apps that you don't frequently use. Point number 2, a true game changer. Change your phone to grayscale. Grayscale means you're changing your phone into black and white. No more colors. This is a true game changer. In medicine, there is something known as alcohol aversion therapy. That means you're giving a drug known as disulfiram to a patient of alcohol addiction. When you're on disulfiram and you drink alcohol, it will be an unpleasurable experience. It will be a nightmare. And I think grayscaling is also doing the same thing because it really changes how you look into your phone. I consider grayscaling as the disulfiram of mobile phone aversion therapy. The idea is colors are one of the most important things that makes us glued into our smartphones. You don't believe me? Turn grayscale on and use Instagram. You won't last 1 minute. Point number 3, turn the notifications off. Yeah, every notification off. It's that, buzz, is that ding ding that really makes our lose our focus. Turn the notifications off. Do it for every app: WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Off. You can open these apps when you have the time and respond at your own pace. Point number 4, fix a time for social media. Now, social media or gaming, whatever, fix a time for it. When you're planning a day, make sure that you're allocating a time for social media and gaming. Now, why am I saying this? Because when you do this, your brain will lose that obsession to check. That obsession for this frequent checking, it will be gone. So make sure you create a schedule and stick to it. When you stick to it, your brain adapts to that time. And you will no longer look at all the social media in an obsession manner. Point number 5, no device time. It means that you will not touch your phone. I won't. This can be any time of the day, like 1 hour or 2 hours each day. Do something else in that time. Read a book or, cook something or go for a walk. Just don't touch your phone to like 1 to 2 hours. This is something very useful. Try this out and you can see the results. Even if you don't do this, there is something that you should do. That is 2 no phone times. What are those? First light to screen light to last light. Yeah, I named them. When we wake up in the morning, we open our eyes and that's the first light we see, right? And most of us, after waking up, screen light. So first light to screen light, separate it, which means don't check your phone right after waking up. And the next one is screen light to last light. Now most of us have this with us when we sleep, and we scroll through this phone, seeing the screen light every time, and finally we end up sleeping. So the screen light is the last light for almost all of us. We should change that too. That means before sleeping, you keep your phone off, put it somewhere safe, and then do something else for 1 or 2 hours. So 1 to 2 hours before you sleep, say goodbye to your phone and keep it away. So the next time, screen light will not be your last light, and the last light will not be your phone anymore. It will be the light of the room, right? I hope you got the point. And there's one more benefit. These mobile phones emit something known as blue light. These blue lights can affect our melatonin and affect our sleep rhythm. So if you have a messed up sleep, your next day is gone. If you're really feeling unmotivated or can't wake up from your bed, most probably you have slept with your phone. So it's time to say goodbye to your phone during the bedtime. So these are the 5 important points that really made an improvement in myself. And next time when you open an app, maybe it's WhatsApp or Instagram, try to open it consciously. Remember the 3 parameters: opening time and session length. Okay, so believe in yourself, you can do it. And one more thing, I'm not against mobile phones, I'm not against social media, I'm not that kind of a person. No, all these have their own benefits in our life. We need Instagram, we need WhatsApp, we need YouTube, but make sure that you're using them wisely. So that's all about it. Thank you for being here. Do try out these tips and let me know what happened. And if you gain some values from this video, please consider sharing this with your friends. It will help me a lot. And if you enjoyed, don't forget to press that thumbs up. And if you haven't, don't forget to press that subscribe button, because you can see much more cool stuff like this. See you in the next video. Thank you. Take care.